Not sure what it is about having a video or two go viral on YouTube that takes away your critical thinking skills, but I'm sure glad it hasn't happened to me yet. Right? I should go onto the internet and try and trick people who care about my well-being into thinking that I have cancer and I'm dying is hopefully a thought you've never had. Unless you have big aspirations to become a YouTuber one day, which in that case I think is going to work out well for you. I've said this before, but very few things
He got that shit on though, I can't lie.
on the internet like actually surprise me anymore. I make a lot of videos, I consume a lot of content. I'm pretty used to people being pretty silly on the internet, but one thing that it seems like people for some reason just never learn is not a cool thing to do is faking your death. Now me saying that is very much like an internet thing. I don't think you could find anybody just walking down the street who you could ask, hey, do you think it's cool to fake your death? And then be like, yeah, I've done that before. But for some reason, it just seems disproportionately common when it comes to YouTubers, which is kind of a strange thing to say out loud. But honestly, I think if you asked me, like, what sort of occupation or what kind of person, you know, like, what's the common link between the people that you've heard about faking their own deaths, it's gotta be that they're YouTubers. And we've got another one to add to the collection today. Recently, in what had to have been like a guided PR move, a YouTuber called One Giant Onion decided it would be a good idea to go onto YouTube and post a video about how he has cancer and he's dying from it when, well, he's not. Now, honestly, calling this guy a YouTuber seems a little bit silly. Half of his channel is just racism bait, and the other half is just the worst clickbait you've ever seen. So, okay. I mean, it's not exactly, like, shocking to me that this guy would make this decision. Right. But maybe some of you guys are subscribed to this guy and just don't know how big of a piece of shit he is. And I feel like the average person doesn't really want to be supporting a guy who not only pretends to have cancer for views and money, but when called out...
Who is this guy? I recognize him. This is the guy who... I covered him, actually. What did he do? Yeah, he made a video criticizing, who was that guy who was doing all the race? Master Oogway. So he made a video criticizing Master Oogway, saying that he's like ruining YouTube and stuff. All right. But his entire channel is just doing the same thing that Master Oogway does. Like just posting like racism bait. I can't believe this got like a decent chunk of dislikes.
Before it begins to make jokes about raping dogs. Yeah, that was actually his response. So not really sure what's going on here, but we're gonna find out. Okay, let's begin. Please subscribe.
I really didn't want to make this video. I already told you guys pretty much why I stopped posting on this channel, and you know, I told you everything I pretty much wanted to tell you guys.
I find it so funny in the video where he pretends to have cancer and pretends to be dying. He throws on the affliction shirt, making sure that I aura farm as I'm telling people my last days are upon me.
And I still have my plans on coming back to this channel and posting again and like just doing whatever I wanted, and I told you guys that, but I'm not going to be able to do that, and I feel like you guys deserve to know why.
So I see this guy went to the Caroline Constnar School of Acting. At least she had the decency to like film part of her elaborate made-up story.
Oh, that's right. That was the girl who faked a miscarriage, I think?
Comes across as a low-effort, I need views right now sort of video. But to be fair, I mean, so does saying the N-word for shock value, which this guy's made like it does into those videos.
Okay, I don't think saying the N-word for shock value to get views is nearly as bad as faking your death for views.
So, kind of funny to me how this guy's audience is like, look, being racist and homophobic is fine, but you faked cancer? I didn't know you were a bad guy.
Hey, August. I think those two things are very different. I don't know if they're comparable. I think being, quote-unquote, racist and homophobic in a comedic sense isn't being racist and homophobic. You know, I think it's just being a comedian. I don't think he's funny. But I'd rather, you know, I think people would say that dying is worse than making racist and homophobic bait on YouTube.
Because there's not going to be another video on this channel. And it's not really my fault, my choice. If it was my choice, I would, you know, keep posting because I still had plans, but...
Okay, so again, this guy's content is shit like becoming the first person to get canceled in 2025, and it's an 8-second long video where he says he doesn't think P. Diddy did anything wrong. So
That's awesome. That's amazing. That's the kind of content we need on YouTube. YouTube, broadcast yourself. P. Diddy did nothing wrong. I get it though. Listen, someone had to do what he's doing. Someone had to find a way to, you know, just clickbait in 2025 by using racism and homophobia. That's fine. I actually don't care about that, but I do think the sort of like irony of acting like people are going to lose a lot in terms of like their YouTube experience by you not being there is pretty funny. Right? Saying, I don't know when I'll be back to posting. My rage bait slop. It's like, all right, you know? I think it's a little different. But I get it. I get it. He's passionate about YouTube, maybe, but
I find it sort of funny that anybody was able to take this seriously when he's like, oh, I had all these plans, I really wanted to keep going, when his videos are 5 seconds long. It's like, dude, you just sat down for 4 minutes to make this one. That's like a year's worth of content for you.
You know, guys, they tell you something about life, and I'm sure you guys have seen these comments on YouTube. Everyone says, you know, you got to appreciate what you have because, you know, life goes by too fast, and you never know when you're just gonna randomly die.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like exactly what they say. I'm really failing to see what the end game here was. Like, obviously what happened here was this guy used to get pretty decent views on his videos, and then he disappeared for a while, came back, and the views weren't the same, and he got desperate, so he's like, yeah, let me just say that I'm dying. Like, what happens when you don't die? Did he really just think people were gonna be cool with this? Actually, again, I guess that's not that crazy of an assumption, considering the fact that all of his subscribers were cool with the shit that he was uploading to begin with. Maybe this guy's not so crazy.
Or have some horrible news happen to you or something. And I've never felt that more than now, bro. It still doesn't even feel real. I'm not the type of guy to really do like a GoFundMe or ask for support. I don't even really want to tell you guys what's going on with me. But I went to do a doctor's checkup because I had a lump somewhere that I don't really want to talk about.
I wonder where that could be.
So he's baiting that he had testicular cancer? Dude, that's awesome because he knows that if anyone asked for proof, he couldn't supply it with them because it would be indecent exposure. So he basically thought, let's not only say that I have cancer, but say that I have it in my balls so that when people ask for proof, showing it would be TOS, so I can't show it.
Dude's gonna commit to the I have cancer and
That's
I'm dying
awesome.
bit, but can't commit to the I found a lump in my testicles bit? Really? Hell, maybe in this made up scenario, it was even in his butt. You're too afraid to say that, dude? Really? Got your priorities fucked up, pal.
But, you know, it's been there for like 6 months, you know, ever since I made this live stream on YouTube like six or 7 months ago, and I was changing, and as I was changing, I noticed like a lump, and 6 months later, it never went away. It actually like kept growing a little bit, so I went to the doctors.
Hold on, so he had a lump in his nutsack for 6 months and he didn't go to the doctor? Wait, okay, I don't know. I don't want to say that if you believe this, you're an idiot, but if you don't think that the average person would go to the doctor after a week of having a lump on their balls, I think you would be incredibly antisocial or stupid. That's not normal.
To get it checked out, guys.
So it took him 6 months to decide the lump, the growth on his ball sack was worth checking out. Okay.
And, you know,
he had one giant onion on his ball sack.
I had a feeling it was gonna go wrong.
Oh my god.
6 or 7 months?
Cut to the fucking chase, dude. I mean, shit, we don't need your whole life story here, man. Just goes to show how impulsive this decision was, how quickly he decided to do something this rash when he wasn't getting the views he wanted. Not only can you arrive to that conclusion from this being his, like, 3rd upload after an 8-month-long break, didn't even really give it time to recover, but it really seems like he's just making all of this shit up on the spot. Like he didn't even bother to script out the video where he's faking his death. It's a hell of a power move, I'll give him that much.
He's got, like, the Ben Shapiro bottom lip. Do you know what I'm talking about? How Ben Shapiro's bottom lip looks like it has like filler.
I don't know how to explain it, but I just had a feeling the news was gonna be bad. It was like I was almost waiting for them to just tell me like I got cancer or something. And then like after everything was done, after I got the ultrasound or whatever, they were like,
wait, an ultrasound?
Like, oh, in 3.
Is that what that is? Like, isn't that just for pregnancy? Am I stupid? What is an ultrasound for? It's used, let's see. Oh, okay. Never mind. It's to monitor growth.
3 days we'll come back to you with your results, and
no, yeah, I don't even know. It would have been funny if he had said that. Thinking that it was for pregnancy. No, it's for tumors. Okay.
Then I knew something was up. after it took like a week, because it wasn't supposed to take that long. And I called back with a follow-up.
This guy's clearly never dealt with a doctor before. I'd be more concerned if the doctor called me back 3 days later on the spot. I'd be like, fuck, there is something I need to know. Also, spoiler alert, for some reason, he never like explicitly states what's going on. I don't really understand. Again, like if you're gonna fake your fucking death for YouTube, might as well commit, right? Might as well say you grew a third testicle and you've got a month to live. Like, why not just go all out? You know what I mean? It's kind of silly.
I think the biggest issue is that people who fake their deaths don't do it properly. Like, I think if you're gonna fake your death, you have to say goodbye to the internet, you know? If you're gonna do it properly, I think this is what you do. You make a video like this, you shill the absolute fuck out of a GoFundMe or some donation link, right? You take all that money, okay? You make maybe 1 or 2 other videos, and then that's it. You take the money and you leave. Like, this is like your last message. This is it. If you're ever leaving the internet, you know, or if you, I'm sorry, it's the other way around. If you're ever gonna fake your death, you have to leave the internet afterward. You know what I'm saying? It's just, that's what you have to do. Take the money and leave. You can't take the money and then you're like, oh, wait, all right, well, I'm actually not dying. Yeah, exactly. Erase yourself, change your name, get plastic surgery, and move on. Well, you don't even have to do plastic surgery. Like, so I can imagine when you're dying, even people who don't like you or people who don't watch your content can be generous enough to donate, because I think the average person would agree that dying at a young age is like one of the most tragic things of human, you know, of the human plight. And so if, like, realistically, if this guy literally was dying actually and I had seen this and he put some link, I would have maybe donated like $50, $100. And if people, you know, do that enough times, like let's say he gets 100,000 views on a video like this. I think he got 200,000 views. If he gets 100,000 views and does a GoFundMe link, let's say 1% of the people, like 1% of the viewers donate. It might be more. Honestly, I don't know. If someone's literally dying, I might have to be generous. Let's say 2 to 3%. We'll go with 2.5%. So 2,500 people donate. Okay. Now let's say the average donation is about $10. That's 25K. So you made 25 grand off of faking your death. That is enough to comfortably pay a good amount of rent in a lot of areas for like enough time. That's like a year of rent in a lot of places. Like, yeah, if your rent's $2,500 a month, you just got 10 months of rent. So you can just live off that, you know? Obviously, it's not going to pay for like groceries and everything, but 25K can last you enough time, especially this guy's young. If he's living with his parents or whatever, all he has to pay for is like maybe his car or something. So I'm telling you, it's not a lot of money and it's not enough to fake your death, but it can take you a pretty long way. It can last you a good chunk of time, you know? Especially for literally doing nothing, for lying about an illness and manipulating people and defrauding people. 25K is a pretty good result. So I don't get it. I don't understand why he didn't peddle the link. I'm not saying he should have. That would have been worse, right? But I feel like if you're going to do something like that, you have to be smart enough to do, like, this is the thing, right? It's always the dumbest people that end up doing the thing wrong, you know? It's like, if you're going to do this, like, you're dumb enough to fake your death, right? So it makes sense that you'd be dumb enough to do it the wrong way, but why can't like a smart genius ever be the one doing the fraud? It always has to be some fucking idiot, you know? I don't get it. It's the same thing with like all the like Hawk Tua, you know? Like, why are you you can't even do the fucking crypto scam properly. Like, everyone knows it's you. Your reputation is ruined. It's over. I feel like it's always some absolute troglodyte who always does some shit like this. No one does it right.
That's when I found out the news.
Because all the smart people get away with it? Yeah. I guess that's a good point.
Like I said, guys, I'm not gonna, you know, ask for money. I'm not gonna do a GoFundMe or anything.
So
Okay.
let's do the math on this, right? So if he didn't do a GoFundMe or he didn't do a donation link, he made, or let's see if the video is still up. If it's still up, I can give you a good estimate of how much money he made from it. But if it's not, I think he showed in this video. Oh, his channel's deleted now. Dude, his channel's gone, I think. Let me take this real quick. One Giant Onion. Oh, no, his channel still exists, but it's completely scrubbed. One Giant Onion, 905,000 subscribers. It's completely wiped. I think he was trying to avoid termination, so he probably cleared his channel out. That would be my guess. But that's insane. Or maybe he just got bullied off the internet. I don't know. Let me check something really quickly. I think maybe we'll watch this after, but this looks interesting. It says One Giant Onion doubling down on cancer #3 re-upload. This is 11 days ago, so Interesting.
So seriously, and maybe this is just because I have the gift of hindsight, you know, I didn't really learn about this video until he came out and basically said it was a joke. But like, how did anybody think this was serious?
He said it was
like,
a
how
joke.
did anybody believe this? It's like he's doing an improv bit where he's not allowed to say cancer. Also, I like how he keeps saying that.
Yeah, the acting is like incredibly bad. And he also doesn't show a single medical diagnosis, a single anything.
He's not going to do a GoFundMe when he's basically doing a GoFundMe with this video. Monetizing a video where you clickbait your own death.
8 minutes, 10 seconds. Okay, let's show when he has the
Idea to
video
go.
up. Okay, so I'm dying 6 days ago. This is 263,000 views. So at about 4 minutes, my guess is the RPM on this video, meaning the revenue per mile, which is the dollar amount you get per 1,000 views. Considering it's not over 8 minutes, my guess is this is probably going to be, but it is. So I think the type of content you make also does affect your RPM. And since this is like a sad video and it's like a pulling on your heartstrings type of video, my guess is that this is probably has like a higher than normal RPM for its length. So I'll benchmark it at $2. So $2 per 1,000 views, 263 times 2. What's the math on that? This is $526. So he faked his fucking death for $526. That is insane.
Onto YouTube and post a video about how he has
If you think that's worth it, you're fucking broke.
cancer and he's dying from it when, well, he's not. Now,
Let me go back. 8 minutes, 10 seconds.
it's essentially a GoFundMe, just like a non-consensual one.
Well, I don't know about that. That's not true. GoFundMe is worse because I think it's free to watch YouTube videos. Paying for a donation actually takes money out of your pocket. But that is an interesting one. I know on YouTube you can send money in the comments section, right? So maybe he actually got money from the viewers sending money in his comment section. That would be interesting to know about. How many people sent money in his comment section?
I just felt like you guys deserved to know. I'm not going to be posted on this channel anymore. Because I'm currently battling some pretty bad things right now.
Bag is bag. That's correct. But I also think if you're retarded and you do it like this, you're fully worthy of being criticized. I'm a big believer that life is like a sandwich. Whichever way you flip it, the bread comes first. But if you do some shit like this, you're gonna get criticized. It's unethical, it's immoral, and it's sloppy. Like, this is very sloppy.
But I just felt like you guys deserved to know why I'm not going to be posting. So thanks for watching.
Wow, what a touching and heartfelt video.
It's very sloppy. For 3 minutes and 40 seconds, I think, like, in this performance, I give this performance this is a C. Honestly, this might be a D. Truly, this is not good. The acting is bad. The premise is, it's not backed up by anything. This is a one-take video. It's just very poorly executed, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, if he truly was dying, he would feel no shame in putting a GoFundMe. And if he also was actually dying, you would expect that he would show some sort of medical document, but that's not supplied at all.
But I just felt like you guys deserved to know.
It also looks like he's wearing a Snapchat filter, or he has, like, his makeup done.
Why I'm not going to be posting.
But he does have very clear skin.
Oh, thanks for watching.
Wow, what a touching and heartfelt video. I wonder what the next video he uploaded onto this channel was like.
Hey guys, unfortunately things didn't quite work out. Things were a lot worse than I originally anticipated, so I just wanted to come on here and say there won't be another video. But if we can
My ears are loving this audio.
still
Holy
get this
shit.
channel to 1 million subscribers, I will donate all of my money to one of you lucky individuals. Spread the news.
Yeah, so I guess this guy saw how
What the fuck is this? Again, he's trying to, like, aura farm or something. So he's saying that because he's dying, he's gonna, like, give away his life fortune to a random subscriber?
well the I'm dying video performed. So
This is by the way, this in itself is against YouTube's terms of service. This is like sub for sub, like paying for sub sort of thing.
he followed it up with
If we get 1 million subs, I'm giving a subscriber, like, some money.
the
Like,
sequel of
that's not... Again, like, so I think it's different to say that you're hosting a giveaway at a certain milestone. This is specifically saying... And again, also, he's lying, right? Like, this doesn't have to be said. He was not going to give away his life savings to a subscriber. So he's lying, obviously. But on top of that, I do think that... I don't know if you're allowed to do this. I don't know. I want to say it's against terms of service, but you might have to double check me on that.
I died, and he's
Mr. Beast from
basically
Timu.
just trying to farm subs while also like halfway scamming his audience, saying that there's something in it for them. You would think that YouTube would not be like super
Yeah, exactly.
cool with somebody using their platform to fake their death like at all, but using it this way to try and gain subscribers and therefore money doesn't really seem like something YouTube should let slide, but hey, what do I know?
That's what I'm
Anyways,
saying.
like I said, after this video got some backlash as people started to realize he was joking, he uploaded a video talking about raping his neighbor's dog. So,
I'm sorry?
why anybody subscribes to or watches anything
Wait, when did this
that
happen?
this loser puts out, I don't really understand. But then again, I guess I could say that for about half the people who are internet
When did he do this? One giant onion dog? Let me see this.
famous, so why waste the dime? Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Like I said, I don't really understand the confusion. This guy's been making dog shit, racist, homophobic, incel-adjacent content for like ever. So why people are like, wait, I didn't know you were a bad dude is a little silly to me, you know?
No, that's ridiculous. That argument is bad. Like, I hate when people do that, when they try to equate someone having what they consider to be a poor taste in humor as some sort of like moral, like a moral reflection of them. I think I always find that bad. It's like, are we surprised that a guy who made racist jokes is faking his death? Like, yeah, actually. Like, I know plenty of people who make racist jokes who wouldn't fake their death. I think a racist joke can be in poor taste. I think whether a racist joke is worth telling is if it's a good joke, and this guy is bad at making jokes, obviously. And the issue is that when you're bad at making jokes on sensitive subjects like race or sexuality, it's more likely to be interpreted that you have a prejudice against these groups. But when the joke is good, it's not seen that way. So, and that's not even my take. That's like a common standard in the world of comedy, that if you're making a joke at the expense of someone based on their racial group or sexuality, the joke better be good, right? And this guy is just shitty at making jokes. So it seems like he obviously probably has like a hatred toward those groups. When it might not be true. Maybe he does. I don't know. But regardless, I don't think that's a good standard to hold. I don't think that the standard should be that if someone makes distasteful jokes, that you can expect them to do things like faking their own death. Exactly like Dave Chappelle trans jokes. Yeah, completely. Like, I do think that when you hold that standard, you run the risk of basically expecting like very poor behavior from people just for making jokes, and you can't do that. I think that's a very bad standard.
Don't really get it. Yeah, faking your death's not like the coolest thing to do, but neither is any of the videos this guy has ever uploaded.
Yeah, again, like, I think that's just a bad argument. So, because you're equating the faking death thing to the clickbait, racist, rage bait stuff. Like, I don't think that's proper.
So,
like saying like are we surprised? It's like, yeah, you should be. I think these two things are different. Both are worth criticizing. One of them I think is far more morally condemnable.
Don't really understand the big deal. So yeah.
I mean, it's a good video nonetheless. I mean, he's more right than wrong on this, but I think the one issue with his argument is that he's basically saying that he's equating X to Y, and I don't agree with that, right? I wanted to take a look, though, what else happened with him, though. So what else took place here? The controversy explained, doubling down on cancer. He got swatted. He faked cancer. What is this?
What's up, everybody? So I was interrupted mid-goon to make this video because the allegations that have come under my belt lately have been insane. Everybody's been asking the question,
Real quick, wait, you can say rape on YouTube now? Did they change the terms of service? No, so you've always been able to say rape, but the issue was that people were getting demonetized for saying it, and at this point, you're okay to say rape and kill without getting demonetized, which I think is good. Because again, like, people were just saying things like unalive and grape, and it has the exact, like, I don't know. I think it honestly trivializes the words too, which is really bad. Because saying grape instead of rape takes away from the word rape. The word rape packs a punch, and it always should, because it's rape. It's a very serious subject, and I think turning it into grape, which is a fruit, to try to bypass certain algorithmic, patches or whatever, it trivializes it, and I don't like that. I think TikTok, you do have to say grape and unalive, but YouTube, you don't. You will not only not get your video removed, but you will be able to make money too. I guess depending on how you say it. If you say, if you make a threat with the word, then you will not be able to. But you can use the word, you can utter the word in certain contexts and be fine. It makes it unserious, yeah, exactly. I just got here, how do we know that he's faking? I think he admitted it.
I fake cancer to promote my OnlyFans. Never thought I'd utter those words, but that's the next allegation under my list of many. So did I fake cancer to promote an OnlyFans? You bet your fucking ass I did. I mean, did I really even need to make this video, guys? Come on, bro. I have been doing this shit for years. I am the boy who cried wolf. I once joked about killing a guy with a fucking frisbee. And we didn't draw the line there. So where do we draw the line? Now, we can argue whether the joke was bad or not. And in that case,
So again, this is the issue, right? He's using the same argument that August the Duck made. You get what I'm saying? He's using it to justify his bad behavior, and I don't think he should be able to do it. He's saying, I'm the guy who made this bad joke, and so therefore, are we surprised that I did this? I'm like, yeah, actually, I think that because you did one thing, the thing that's worse than the thing you did is not less surprising.
I don't think anyone would disagree with that. I think the joke was pretty bad. But I also don't believe in holding a silver veil over certain topics just because they're uncomfortable to talk about. Okay, people die every day. We're at war with our own government.
Holy shit. Oh my god. This angle is so fucking bad. And it's also so contrived. This isn't even his take. Like, he didn't reach this revelation where he's like, war... I may have faked my death on YouTube, but have you considered that people are being bombed? This is like the Hassan Abi. This is literally stolen from Hassan Abi, which is stolen from someone else, of like, yeah, you can't criticize me because people are dying in Palestine. Also, yeah, this video is filmed as he's literally getting fucked from behind. This angle is inexcusably bad. But I find it so ridiculous. Like, people always try to downplay the fucking shit they've done when they, like, the moment you're comparing what you've done to bombs and shooting and war crimes, you know you lost. Because obviously anything is going to seem not so bad in comparison.
Half of us are going to get cancer and die anyway.
Shut the fuck up. This angle, we're all gonna die, so who cares that I faked my death? Probably the people that were misled into feeling sympathy for you and then supported you under a false pretense, whose time you wasted. Probably those people.
So we can either pretend that these problems don't exist, or we can just dance.
No one's pretending that cancer doesn't exist. Nobody's pretending that bombing. Oh my god. Who is pretending that cancer doesn't exist? Name one person who pretended that war and famine and death and poverty and getting the wrong prize in a Happy Meal doesn't exist. All these are problems in the world that we're all admitting are issues. No one thinks these aren't problems. What the fuck? Who thinks this?
Absurdity. So no, I'm never gonna apologize for making a joke. I'm not in the business of being on everybody's good side. I'm in the business...
The rage bait is working, bro. No, this is the issue, right? I have a lot of issues with what you just said. Number one, it's not rage bait. A big issue that we have now is that people call something rage bait because it's stupid and it makes people angry. But in reality, that's just being a dumbass. If someone says something stupid and it makes you mad, that's not rage bait. That's someone saying some dumb shit and it making you mad. Rage bait is when someone intentionally makes up something that is designed to yield an angry response based on how absurdly stupid it is. Or maybe not stupid, something else. This guy is saying all of these things because that is what he truly believes. He truly believes that what he did isn't bad because people are dying. A little kid named Igorian in Ukraine had his legs blown off. Have you considered his missing legs when you've criticized me? It's like, what are you saying? Rage bait used to be pineapples does belong on pizza, knowing it would spark an argument. Exactly. Yeah. It's on purpose though, no? I don't think so. I think he's truly just, like, these are all legitimate arguments, right? I mean, he used the same argument that August the Duck made, and that wasn't rage bait.
Just making a point, and the point is pretty clear. I think we need to make YouTube great again. We need the YouTube before cancel culture, before one bad joke could get your career ruined.
This is, like, I don't think this is rage bait. I think he's serious about this.
Nowadays, everybody's just posting.
His entire account is for shock value, though. That's true, but I think what he's upset about here is that the one time he did something that crossed a line that many people hold, that he got significant blowback. So he's trying to use actual argumentation to win people back.
Mr. Beast style videos getting 40 million fucking views, but there's no soul in it. There's no authenticity. So you don't have to be in support of me, but if you're in support of the message, all you gotta do is start posting the videos you wanna fucking make. Stop letting other people dictate your actions. Do things under your terms. And that's not just a quote for YouTube or your career, that's for life. Everybody just lives life on everybody else's own terms. I think you gotta start doing things that you wanna fucking do. So you know what, guys? Go out there.
Like, that's not rage bait. That's a sincere message.
Go be yourself. Go enjoy life. Wow.
So he literally has spun him pretending to have cancer into a life message, into a motivational speech.
How you got it. And also subscribe to my OnlyFans. It's only $8 a month. Come on, guys. Now that's a bargain.
The lighting is putrid? Yeah, it's pretty bad. This is crazy.
Thanks for watching.
Well, that is crazy.
In that case,
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say about that. I'm disappointed in his recent actions, especially since I have been rooting for him to change his content. Also, fella took down the video barely 4 hours after dropping it. GG. Not good. That is just not ideal for one giant onion. What did August the Duck say? That he made a video threatening to rape his neighbor's dog? Yeah, not good. Faking your death for views? I give that, out of the boom or doom scale, that gets a doom.